Next up, we have Nelly Gedeon, the CEO of Wayaj. Nelly.
If anything positive can come out of this global pandemic, is the increased awareness that the future of our planet is at stake and that we must all embrace sustainable ways in all aspects of our lives. Travel is no exception. Given that tourism contributes 8% of the total greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere, we provide global travelers and travel operators tools and resources to reduce carbon emissions. We've developed a carbon footprint calculator that allows travelers to not only calculate but also offset the carbon footprint from their travel, whether by air or land. However, in the last 5 months, we've spoken to the hotels in our portfolio and found that there was a meaningful opportunity to come up with a solution that is white labeled and hotel branded. We came up with our carbon footprint calculating engine, which has a look and feel of the hotel website. Guests can choose to either offset their hotel stay or add the transportation piece to it. Once calculated, we also offer contextualization, which explains to the traveler the meaning of their carbon emissions and what impact it has on the planet. They are then offered carbon offset projects that they can use to offset that carbon emission. They go through the payment process, then they receive an email, a hotel branded email, to thank them for their purchase and also instruct them to download their carbon offset certificate. And voila, carbon offset certificate is proof that the guest has done something good for the planet. And it could also be used as a tool to spread the word that one can travel and reduce the impact of that travel on the planet. Our business model is subscription based and revenue sharing with the hotels. Just to be clear, the direct cost of the project goes to the project owner. It is the profit from the markup that is split between Wayaj and the hotel. There are many carbon footprint calculators out there, but none like ours. First, they're not white label, they're not part of the hotel flow. They do not calculate both from transportation and the hotel. And for those that have a hotel calculation, the results are not immediate. We've made some projections where now with COVID, we assume that 40% occupancy and 40% of travelers would offset their carbon footprint. With those assumptions, a hotel would earn $8,000 from our platform and Wayaj would earn $19,000. And as the number of hotels grow, the revenue grows as well. We have quite a few hotels coming on board and we have processes in place to scale up. Our team is passionate about sustainability. We're made of business people with hospitality background, as well as sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nelly. Sustainability. Eric, you are passionate about this topic. You want to chime in?
I figured I'd go first. So Nelly, I used to run first of all, nice presentation. So I used to run a company called TerraPass in the US for a few years, but 12 or 13 years ago now. The issue we ran into was skepticism about our projects, whether they were validated against the right standards, whether people really believed that there was carbon reduction happening. So how are you guys making sure that people have faith in the projects that you choose, are using a VCS or a gold standard, or what is the certification? Because I do think it's sort of the key thing here.
Yes. What we've started out with projects that are certified by the UNFCCC. But what we found in speaking with our hotels, there was some interest in adding local projects to our offerings. So these projects will be sort of vouched for by the hotel, and these local projects will be only available to that specific hotels. So then that way, the hotel participates in taking responsibility in vouching for the project. And because we've had that demand, we are putting together a set of guidelines to ensure that those projects qualify as carbon offset projects.
And just sorry, what's your geographic focus?
No, we're all over the world. The CFC, the carbon offset projects actually are located in all over the world, in many, mainly in developing countries, I have to say for now, but we are looking at other sources in all countries.
Nelly, thank you. First of all, good job doing a quick pivot there on obviously some technical difficulties. So that's always the nightmare of anyone presenting. So well done. Don't worry about it. My question is, how do you pitch this? If you're going to a hotel, I'm assuming that's the buyer here that's paying the subscription fee, and I'm the GM or the brand owner or whatever. Tell me why should I buy? What's my ROI? Why do I invest in you versus something else?
Well, we have actually right now we have a sustainability hotel rating where we rate hotels that come on our platform, and we have close to 500 hotels. And we started going to these hotels. We've been speaking to them, especially during COVID. We speak with them and we find out what their needs are, and that's how this idea of making a white label solution available. So we talked to the hotel and they love the idea. And in fact, they've been offering to add local carbon offset projects from their local areas to the platform.
Nelly, what else are you, well, anyway, first deep breath. You did a good job. It's always a challenge. You were articulate about the competitive set. A lot of startups are a little blind about that, but nevertheless, you launched anyway. So how do you feel like you're going to break through in a space, admittedly, with a lot of players and a lot of noise?
Because what we have is very different. And in fact, we welcome a lot of the noise, as you say, because it helps us, because right now we're doing the heavy lifting in terms of educating people. So more people come to the market, then the more people know about the need to offset their carbon footprint when they travel, and then it makes it better. It opens up the market for us. So that's how I see it.
Yep. Thank you very much, Nelly. Well done. Thanks, Dragons.
Thank you.